Mr. Shivaprakash and Mr. Kamanesh's son. Shivaprakash has gotten to 141th rank in the UPSC and Kamanesh's son has gotten to 289th rank getting IPS. First I thought at the outset I will congratulate them and wish them all the best. Young ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to be here this morning. I thought we will have a orientation program about the civil services. And we have Mr. Kamanesh's son, who is done his MBA from IIM Ahmedabad, and he has done his sociology and public administration as optional subject. And this year he got into 289th rank. And it has been my fortune, I have been coming across many ignited minds after I started this institution. And he is one person with the rare skill of analytical abilities I came across. And working, imagine working in Ashok Leyland, after that he made it hardly 2 weeks or 3 weeks leave he must have taken even for the main examination. And he used to always walk like a winner from the beginning. He was because for this exam also, what is necessary is more than your ability, your attitude. He used to always walk like a winner, and he went for the interview from there, Delhi. Evening after the interview, called me up. I asked him, how was your interview? He told me, sir, whatever the answers, each and every, I could not have done anything better. That is what he replied. Then he told each and every answer which I gave, all the members were telling excellent, excellent. And when I was leaving, the chairman told that all the best to you. So before even the UPSC could declare the results in the website, he celebrated his victory. Like many athletes who do, they say they're winning before even the event. He is such a person. And again he is writing because he wants a better rank. Again he is writing. I requested him also to teach in our institution, and he has been kind enough to spare time on Saturday and Sunday. And he teaches general studies and sociology in our institution in Excel Career in Chennai. Mr. Shivaprakash, who got into 141th rank, is from IIT Madras. He has done his MTech there. And he had anthropology and geography as his optional subjects. He got into revenue service, that was his option. Otherwise, I think foreign service also he could have got. Now again, he is writing the exam to move his, this thing. He has taken leave to write, and he has written the preliminary exam. I think the preliminary exams results should be out anytime. And when he studied with us, we had a very nice group of people whom I recollect when I was driving with him in the car. There was one Mr. Anurag Singh, there is another one Ram Prasad, all of them who studied in group who made it. And very confident person from the beginning, very meticulously taking notes on this thing. And I welcome you all also for this gathering. And I thought I will tell a few things only, I will not take much time, about the civil services in general and also about our coaching which will be held here. After that, I will leave it to Mr. Kamanesh's son and Shivaprakash. As far as civil services are concerned, in fact, yesterday one of the students, he called me up from IIT University and he asked me, sir, many people, my friends and roommates and all scare me. He told that it is a very tough examination, you cannot make it. I told him, in fact, my parents also told me the same. My friends also told me the same. My lecturer also told me the same. But still we made it. Because I told him, look here, in life itself it is like that. Your forefathers give you a title. Your father gives you a name. But path you have to choose yourself only. Correct? So as far as this exam is concerned, it is a misconception many people who have got. As we know, it is only a people with born genius or very brilliant people, extraordinary brilliance is required or something. As far as this exam is concerned, you don't need a born genius or from childhood you should have been a gold medalist or anything. It needs some good strategies, techniques and planning as what the Union Public Service Commission expects out of a candidate. After imbibing all that in a period of 6 weeks, you just see where you have to sort it out in a focused way. Focused way, that is what, because near about 5.5 lakh people applied. Out of the 2.5 lakh people only every year they appear. Out of the 2.5 lakh, you find There will be, I asked him also in my time also, though I passed the exam 3 decades back, I used to ask everybody, hardly 25,000 people will be the hardcore competition in a year. So it is not a very big task. That is a marathon race who are determined the people that with that kind of a passion and fire, with that kind of a faith, fire and courage, who will be going in the 100 last meters, who prepare themselves will be hardly 25,000 people. In that 25,000, we have to come in 14,000 to get into the preliminary exams. So as far as only, I find only 3 important mental makeup is required for this exam. An intense passion for the country or love for the country. Because all the questions relate to our own country, our own history, our own geography, our modern India, our national movement, our culture and our own constitution, the Indian economic development, our development, India's development in science, technology, defense, space, all those things, if one can have that kind of a passion or love, like music, it goes in mind, one need not memorize even. For this examination, it's very difficult since now they have made it purely general studies, all the papers, near about 4 papers and 1 essay paper, only 1 option subject. Many things you keep abreast of, after that imaginatively one can write also. It is not possible for any human being to memorize. Number second quality is, what I find is, according to me earlier I was holding 70% is only the studies, 30% is the faith in oneself. Now I am of the firm belief, 60% is only the studies, 40% is that kind of a faith or that kind of a attitude. Because your self-approval is most necessary. Self-trust is the hero of this examination. So what you need is, 40% is that kind of a faith, where it can, because once you have that kind of a faith, your mind is a gathered mind. It is not a noisy mind. Whatever you study, you can assimilate. I have come across many people who read lot of books and all, but always will be confused. You have thorough knowledge outside the examination hall. But what you need is within the 3 hours, that writing skills particularly. I have seen many people little reading only. As I was telling about Anurag Singh, a few hours only used to read. But even then, that kind of a writing skills, because ultimately in the end, what happens is in 3 hours, your reader is your examiner, correct? He studies your mind, your vision and your knowledge. That skill one has to develop than having an overall knowledge and discussing it outside. Then the third most important quality which I find is, the God Almighty has given everybody only 24 hours of time, not more than that. So in that, a person who reads only for 4-5 hours quality time, he makes it. A person who reads for more than 16 hours or 12 hours, even for 4-5 years, even the preliminary examination, he doesn't make it. But the only reason is, you should have that kind of a discriminatory power. Whether it is a Hindu newspaper or a Frontline or Yojana or your books on India, NCERT books, what needs in depth and what needs only a glance. That kind of a discriminatory power is essential. You practice it in such a way, within within a short span of time, in 40 minutes one can polish off a Hindu paper and leave it. Because if you have to go through unnecessary sundry details, the entire day you can read only Hindu newspaper, correct? Because so much comes. They will also tell you what are all important in that. So with such a kind of coaching only, here we have been giving weekend classes Saturday, Sunday from 10 to 4. We thought we will increase this year by 1 or 2 hours, and every Sunday we have a test for the preliminary examination. And also we have what you can call holidays are there. We thought we will utilize it also, because after October, November comes here, there are a lot of lab exams, semester exams are there, many classes are getting cancelled. So we thought we will, since the new syllabus consists of general studies, in the afternoon it is only the expansion of preliminary, and it is the easier one now in the present context, the change of syllabus, because they don't ask any factual questions. Most of the questions are all what you can call to test your analytical ability. They don't ask name, dates and books and authors or about awards, sportsmen. None of the factual question, history or anything they ask. They ask the most obvious. The most obvious is most complex also in life, correct? So the most obvious only which they ask, that also is the application of mind to test your analytical skills for each and every event which has occurred and all. Because basically what they want is particularly to see that as a future civil servant, what are the problems of the common citizens of the country and what are the various government policies and programs. For that, what are the things now itself we should know. That is why they removed the optional subject, one subject also, because they feel the person who has qualified in the degree already has been tested. Why should he write about biology, geography and mathematics and get into civil service? You should know more about the country. This is what the second administrative reforms commission has told. We should know more about our culture, our people's problem, our environment, our population, our demographic dividend, our relations with the neighboring countries, our international trade, mostly in issues relating to governance. So these kind of things only we should be taught here. We have an online program also. In fact, our online program was inaugurated by Mr. Shashi Tharoor, who is the Minister for HRD. Once I happened to meet him, I told him about these are the things which we do in online. Then he told, give me a week's time, just to go through it, give me a password. I will ask my secretary to go through it. After that, I find that there are meritorious things you have been putting in. I told him here about 40,000 people you have been sending it freely in a Google group earlier for 4 years. After that, we started. Then he was kind enough, he called up, said that I will inaugurate, and then he inaugurated last month on June 17th, the online program, which is given access to all our students who study with us for freely. That is the people who attend the classroom program. So we will have the preliminary material, which is in short when the forenoon session can be over. Afternoon session, because since already many people were studying with us, the main examination portion can be covered, which consists of 4 papers plus one essay paper, which they will deal in depth, because it is only an extension of what is in preliminary. Because earlier there was a clear-cut demarcation was there between the preliminary and main exam, general studies subjects are concerned, because more of factual questions were asked in the preliminary. But nowadays that is not being asked. It is only the similar kind of a thing where extension, where you may have to write for 150 words or 200 words. So in the end of the session, if anyone has got any doubts about our coaching here, they can interact with me, or even they can ask questions after they finish the speech, and after we have a question and answer session with them. And we will be having what you can call from 4th August Sunday, we will be starting our class, and interested people can SMS to the same number who are desirous of joining. After that, we will tell the schedule and other things which we will put. And any other questions in the end people can ask. With this, I will conclude my speech. After that, if you have any other questions, you can ask later, because they will be able to explain more about this exam, because they have just now passed this examination, because I have all passed 30 years back. So they will be more relevant if they speak more time, because only the coaching schedule which I wanted to tell I spoke. So now I request Kamini Sen to address the students, and after both they finish, in the end we will have a question and answer session with them. We allow him also to speak. After he finishes, Mr. Shiva Prakash will speak. After that, in the end, we will have question and answer session. The ladies from whatever you can ask. About our coaching, which you want to ask, you can ask after it is over. Okay. Thank you all.
Am I audible? Last bench. Hi everyone. A very warm good morning to you all. At the very outset, thank you very much, sir. I think sir has been very generous with his words for me. So trust me, I've been just like you, and I exactly know what is inside your minds and hearts. Because I did my engineering from NIT Durgapur. I hail from Guwahati in Assam, probably the northeastern part of the country. And I did my entire schooling from the senior school Gwalior. After that, I thought of pursuing economics at Delhi University, but my parents thought otherwise. And somehow I was convinced to pursue an engineering. So I did my engineering from NIT Durgapur in West Bengal. After that, I was never interested in engineering. So I exactly know what please don't ask me how I did my engineering in 4 years. So after that, I joined Capgemini Consulting. I worked there for 2 years. I thought that Capgemini, I think it's not happening. They somehow, I mean, obviously get money, you tend to, you earn, you have, get lots of friends, you have all sort of freedom when you earn money and spend it on extravagant things and all. So I thought that it would be a good idea that to do an MBA because it would be good, good amount of money, fatter paychecks, whatever, abroad tools, etc. All my luxuries will be satisfied. So I gave this, dreaded exam called CAT. Somehow I managed to get into IIM Ahmedabad. So, and again at IIM Ahmedabad,